Money, brought to you by Subway, Eat Fresh, and Chevrolet. See your West Texas Chevy dealer today.
Thank you, Greg. Mickey Cargile from Western National Bank joins us every Monday to discuss your financial issues, and once again, he's with us today. Thank you, Mickey.
My pleasure.
You know, you've heard before there's two things in life you're guaranteed. That's death and taxes. Well, today we're talking about both, right?
Right.
First of all, Mickey, give us a rundown of the concept of estate taxes.
Well, there's a difference between estate taxes and income taxes, and it's often confused. The income tax is the money you pay on your earnings year to year. You know, and the top bracket there is about 35% right now. Now, estate taxes are the tax you pay when you die. Now, when President Reagan was in office, he enacted something that allowed unlimited gifts between spouses. So you don't have to pay estate taxes until the second spouse dies. So there is no estate tax on the first death. It's on the surviving spouse when they die. That's when estate taxes come into play. The concept of estate taxes is to redistribute wealth. You know, as a matter of public policy, and this is not something I agree with, it's just the policy, is that it's not a good idea to let children of people who are wealthy just sit back and not be productive. So they want to take that money, redistribute it to the other folks, and make those children work as well. And it kind of goes back to the days of the robber barons, when people really exploited labor for their personal wealth, and to take some of that money to help take care of those laborers.
All right. Now, there's a big difference if you die this year and if you die next year. I mean, there's a big difference. What are the keys to the new agreement on the estate taxes that will go in effect? Right
now, in 2009, after 2009, the estate taxes expired, and there were no estate taxes for 2010. So I don't want to say George Steinbrenner was lucky to die this year, but his heirs were certainly lucky that they didn't have to pay any estate taxes.
You've read the stories. I mean, they're in the journal. I mean, all the time you see, wow, they inherited all this money and no taxes.
Right. But in 2011, the estate taxes will come back, and the top rate will be 35%. There will be a $5 million portable exclusion for each person, and what that means is that a married couple will be able to pass $10 million of wealth without any estate tax. Now, this is a plan for 2 years, and then it sunsets, you know, just like it did for 2010. So it would go away again in 2013 if not extended. And the annual gift exclusion remains at $13,000 per person. So that means, Krista, for you and your husband, you could give everyone you wanted $13,000 without any estate tax.
All right. I know we're running out of time. This is pretty complex, but the question, I know it's on many people's minds, is why do we even have to pay taxes on money that was taxed when earned?
Well, in 2009, the tax only impacted about 6,000 people. This new tax will probably only affect about 3,000. And my personal opinion is that dead people don't vote, so that's why we have an estate tax. But it's a little bit more public policy than that. Most Americans are against it simply because we are people who are optimistic, and we believe we might be part of that 3,000 people.
And
so that's what we want to aspire to.
That's the goal. You'd love to be part of that. Millions and millions, and be able to pass that on to your heirs. Thank you so much for being with us today. Appreciate
Thank you, Krista. My pleasure.
Helping us out there. The people in today's News of the Strange segment are redefining what it means to be between a rock and a hard place. That's coming up next. But first, here's Brian Wilkerson with sports. Brian?